Welcome, fans of Table Derby. The time has finally come for our August 6th game day here in the Car Demolition League. So, starting things off, kind of the opposite of how we did the last game day. Because the last game day we started things off with the only hard field game of the day. Today, we start off with the only soft field game of the day. We've got the number 5 seed of the Eastern Conference, the Tampa Bay Gators. They are going to be on the road to do battle with the number 2 seed of the Eastern Conference, coming off that first round by the 2021 Northeast Division champions, the Gowanda Outlaws. So the Outlaws coming into this game with a record of 14 wins, 4 losses, 2 ties, and no overtime losses. The Tampa Bay Gators, including that playoff game that they just won on Tuesday, they beat Toronto, so they went to 13 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. So that's where both teams stand. The two teams met here on July 9th of 2021, and on that day, the Gowanda Outlaws got a shutout win. So now Brandon Kuma, the defending world champs, are trying to avenge that loss from earlier in the season. We're about to find out if they can do so. So without further ado, let's get a look at the lineups. For the Tampa Bay Gators, Battle leads the way, followed by Ratified at the middleman spot. To the captain spot for the Gators, it's 47 Ronan, and that 5-point gainer is Purple Fire. Now to the home side of the field, the Gowanda Outlaws today lead the way with Reptile. Following him out there is going to be Hammer. To the captain spot, it's Black Spinebuster, and that 5-point gainer for the Northeast Division champs, it's Demon 4. So both teams set and ready to go for this one, and we are ready to get this August 6th game day underway and out of play. They go on first collision look at least. Still scoreless match continuing, and almost a flip right there. Battle able to hang on, and yet again Reptile applying pressure and almost had another flip. Both cars hanging on this time again. Battle ducks out of the plate, finds this side of the field, which has no mesh because clearly I got to put my hands through. So we still got a scoreless game after the out of play. Almost a flip right there. Battle's on point, but that time gets taken down. Reptile pouring on the offensive alien effort by Battle, but in the end, Reptile made that all-star game for a reason, folks. 5-0 the score. Gets the early flip, and now that brings out Ratified. Ratified, last year's playoff MVP, needing a big performance. Not going to happen here, though. 10-0 Gowanda in the lead, and they're looking for another shutout. They shut them out in the regular season, and they are 1 flip away from doing so here. 47 Ronan trying to keep the Gators alive, and Reptile trying to send the Outlaws back to the Eastern Conference Finals. And out of play goes 47 Ronan. These two will go at it again. 10-0 still the score. 47 Ronan able to stay up that time. And again, another barrel roll. He's going to need to do a bunch of barrel rolls. He's trying to hang on. Reptile's been dominant today. Out of play goes 47 Ronan. Still 10-0. So hard to win Crash Bowls back-to-back in this league. And it's not going to happen for the Tampa Bay Gators. Well, we know Brandon Kuma did it with 2 different teams, but it's not going to be a 3rd time in a row with Tampa Bay. The good flip there, 15-0 is the final. And for the 2nd time, the Gowanda Outlaws shut out the Tampa Bay Gators in 2021. The Northeast Division champions moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. This team is damn good, and they came out today and they just simply proved it. So Brandon Kuma down to 1 team now. The Mexico City Jaguars going to be hosting the Los Angeles Blades in today's, I guess you could say, main event. Like, really, all these games have that caliber of being the main event. But the Gowanda Outlaws getting it done. And of course, like I said, Brandon will have another chance at the end of this game day. But for the final time in 2021, we got to congratulate the Tampa Bay Gators on a season well played. And, you know, we got to be forgiving of this team. The expectation is always so high. And the thing is that they came in here, this was the first time since 2017 that they were not the number 1 seed. And the defending world champs well, they're not defending any longer, but for the last time in 2021, they will enter their bag. And what great seasons this team has had ever since winning that first Crash Bowl of theirs in 2017. Competing in 3 straight from 15 to 17 and then making it back to the one last year and winning that. And for the final time in 2021, the Gators head to their bag. And that being said, again, congratulations to the league-operated Outlaws. We're going to see who they're going to be facing against. Is it going to be the Philadelphia Demons or the Montreal Saints? We're going to find out later. Coming up next, though, the Houston Oilers, the other league-op team still in these playoffs, on the road to take on Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds. So stay tuned. Western Conference semifinal match is next. Welcome back, Table Derby fans. As you can see, in the time that you were gone, that split second, I did it that fast in real life too, by the way. But yes, we got the soft field removed, and onto the hard field games we go. Onto the Western Conference we go. And this matchup, I just love this matchup. It's a battle between 2 of the CDL's original 6 teams here in a playoff game in the 25th season of the league. So, you know, it hits the fields, man, but it should be a great game. The league-operated Houston Oilers trying to get back to the Crash Bowl for the first time since 2008 when they won their only Crash Bowl. For the Phoenix Firebirds, well, they're trying to win their first one since 05, but they haven't been there since 07 themselves. One of these 2 teams is going to the 2021 Western Conference Finals. We're about to find out which one it's going to be. These 2 teams have not seen each other since opening day. And on opening day, the Houston Oilers got that win 15-5. So that being said, the Firebirds looking for some revenge. They are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference with a record of 13 wins, 5 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. The Houston Oilers, with that win that they just got over the Detroit Devils on Tuesday, they come in with a record of 13 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. So relatively even on paper. We'll see if that translates to the field here. So both teams set and ready to go. Let's get a look at the lineups. Starting with the visiting side. The number 4 seed of the Western Conference, the Houston Oilers, leading the way with Blue Indy. Following him out there is going to be Surf Crate Custom. To the captain spot, it's Y. And that 5-point gainer is Sonic Boom. And now, folks, we go to the home side of the field. The 2021 Pacific Division champions, Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds. They lead the way today with Green Arrow. Following him out there will be Kid Custom. At the captain's spot, it's Power Pistons. That's, of course, the 2021 Battle Royal winner. And at 5-point gainer, it's going to be Stock 34 for the Firebirds. As a matter of fact, some interesting details. Stock 34 was part of that 2008 Oilers championship team. And he was a lot younger looking then. Now he's got all this tape on him. He didn't have that back in 08. He's a young gun, man. So anyways, here we go. Green Arrow and Blue Indy gonna lead us off. Game is on. Match begins. As these 2 teams go at it. Both cars switching sides now. And yes, both cars still up. Play the side or the edge as if it's flat. And this time on the play goes Blue Indy. Had to tuck away for a reprieve. Still a scoreless game. Matt Geiser back in the playoffs. It's been a while since he set a playoff win. Of course, neither of his teams made it last year. That being said, interference there. Going to send both cars back to their own sides. You like to get that second Crash Bowl, no doubt here. Still a scoreless game. He hasn't won since 2005. That's the last time Matt Geiser won a Crash Bowl 9. They're out of play here. And off the mesh and move. Oh my goodness, that was one of the prettiest flips I think I've ever seen. An off the mesh flip. And folks, yeah, that's the change that it's made in the game. Keeps more cars in play. 5-0 Firebirds after that. And, you know, just amazing flip. Set of acrobats there, my goodness. Surf Crate Custom trying to even it up for the Oilers. Out of play he goes. You know, now Green Arrow does produce a lot of out of plays from his opponents because he's got that pointed front end, and it's not like skinny either. It's kind of bulbous and round, and it's easy to go on ahead and just deflect. So he's either deflecting cars to the mesh or he's deflecting cars out of play. Plus that flange fender, it's like a ramp there, and it's like one of those ramps that's like a stunt ramp, and it sends, deflects, not straight to the side and everything. So that's the science, I'd say, of Green Arrow. So we continue, and again, out of play. Still a 5-0 game. Firebirds in the lead, and no science on that. That's a flip right there. We score now 10-0. We see 2 straight shutouts today after we didn't have a single shutout on opening day. 10-0 Firebirds in the lead, trying to punch their ticket to the Western Conference Finals. Why? Trying to keep the Oilers in this game. Both cars staying up there, and yes, folks, that's all part of the field there. There's no interference on that stuff. Both cars again staying up, switching back to their own sides. And almost an elbow drop score. It's going to be a tire drop. He tried to land on him, tried to get him to flip that way. And that's a complex maneuver, and why? He's an all-star for that reason. He's able to pull that kind of stuff off every now and then. 10-0 the score, still Firebirds in the lead after the out of play. Why even not? He needs to right now. So they have to switch sides here. And that time, Y is touching with the field, so he's still in it. Gonna play the edges if it's flat, and this time out of play goes Y again. Still a 10-0 score. After the out of play here, Firebirds still trying to put this game away. All Green Arrow we need is a tie with Y. And out of play he goes. So this time, Green Arrow. The car tucking out of play. Game continues. Still a 10-0 matchup here. And this time, it would have been over if Green Arrow did not go out of play. That saves Y, keeps him in the game. Still 10-0. Make it 15-0. Donut served for dinner on a Friday. 15-0 the final score. The Phoenix Firebirds get the win over the Houston Oilers, and Matt Geyser, pack your bags, get your things together, because the Firebirds are going to be hosting the Western Conference Championship game in 2021. Again, actually, no, don't pack, because it's a home game, right? Oh. But definitely get in the right mind state, going to the Western Conference Finals. But that being said, we have to congratulate the Houston Oilers on a season well played, and that time has come for them to enter their bag for the final time in 2021. So a hard-fought season comes to its end for the Houston Oilers, a team that made the playoffs this time for the first time since 2017, so they definitely took a hiatus from the playoffs, but they go through it, they get a win, but they lose in the second round here to the Firebirds. So the number 1 seed of the West and the number 2 seed of the East have moved on. We'll see how their counterparts do. As a matter of fact, the number 1 seed from the East is about to play next. So we got the Philadelphia Demons hosting the Montreal Saints. That's the next matchup on tap. Congratulations again to Matt Geyser and the Phoenix Firebirds on where they go to the 2021 Western Conference Finals. They're going to be hosting either Los Angeles or Mexico City when it happens. So, yeah, coming up next, Montreal and Philly. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads, Table Derby fans, new ones, old ones. Time for the CDL's best team, at least record-wise, to hit the field. Shane Geyser's Philadelphia Demons. They are the number 1 seed of the Eastern Conference, the number 1 seed of the league for that matter. 16 wins, 3 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. They are hosting the number 6 seed. The team that's already done the impossible by moving out of this round will try to do it again. Lila Geyser's Montreal Saints. 8 wins, 6 losses, 2 ties, and 5 overtime losses. And that win, that 8th win, includes the win that they got in the first round on the road against the New York Empire. So, the Empire who they dispatched with relative haste. So here they are with the same lineup again, and trying to duplicate those results against the Atlantic Division champions, Shane Geyser's Philadelphia Demons. So Matt Geyser's already made it to the Western Conference Finals. In the East, is he going to be joined by his stepmother, Lila Geyser, or is he going to be joined by his son, Shane Geyser? We're about to find that out. Should be a fun game. Let's get a look at the lineups, as these two teams did meet once in the regular season The date was June 2nd. June 2nd, folks, and Philadelphia won that game in overtime. So it was not a shutout or nothing like that. So let's get a look at the sides here. For the Montreal Saints, they lead the way today with Padawan. Following him out there is going to be Black Bullet 1. At the captain spot, it's 46 Junior, and that 5-point gainer is 24 hours. The home side, the 16-3-0-1 Atlantic Division winning, Cobb Award winning Philadelphia Demons, trying to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Leading the way for them here today is Hammer Jr. At the middleman spot, it's Red Spectre. The captain spot is Silver Molina. And that 5-point gainer for the Demons here today is High Tech. So, Shane Geyser side ready, Lyle Geyser side ready. Here we go. Padawan and Hammer Jr. leading us off. And out of play. Hammer Jr. goes out of play, and that's going to send back to their own side. Still scores. And that's an official collision and an official flip right there. Padawan down at the edge of the field. 5-0 Philadelphia in the lead. As that now brings up Black Bullet 1 for the Saints. That time we had a clip shot. It's actually going to be ruled a bad roll and both cars back to their own side. Neither of them was flipping the whole process of that, and off the match, Black Bullet 1 is good. Both cars able to stay up yet again. And this time off the match, Black Bullet 1 is down. We have another shutout here. I think we might have one in the works. Philadelphia up 10-0 here. That now brings out 46 Junior. Is the bakery warming up? And indeed it is. Donuts served for dinner again. That's all we've had today. We've got a bunch of donuts. 15-0 the final of this one. The Philadelphia Demons defeat the Montreal Saints in the Cinderella story run. It comes to an end. That was their last game as the Montreal Saints did not go the way that they wanted. 15-0 the final. There were no playing games here. The Philadelphia Demons are on the Eastern Conference Final, but for the last time as the Montreal Saints, as their name will change next year to Les Monarques de Montreal, or the Montreal Monarchs. The last time as the Saints will enter their bag to end 2021. So a good run this season. One that they wish that their regular season record could have been better, but in the end, the Philadelphia Demons just too good here today. And the Saints, the season right there. But that being said, congratulations to Shane Geyser and the Philadelphia Demons. Shane's another one of those team owners going for his second world title. And he hasn't had one since 2012. And he will be hosting the Gowanda Outlaws in the 2021 Eastern Conference Finals. So, Demons and Outlaws, and that will be on Tuesday. The Outlaws will be on the road against the Philadelphia Demons. So, we know it will be Outlaws at Demons, and then we know it will be the Firebirds hosting, well, whoever wins the next game. The Phoenix Firebirds will be hosting either the Los Angeles Blades or the Mexico City Jaguars. The Jaguars hosting the Blades. That game is coming up next. Welcome back, Table Derby fans. Been a day of shutouts, but I'd say it's been more than just a day of shutouts. It's been a day of being home sweet home. Home team 3-0. Okay, Brandon, I know. It's wood underneath. I know, right? So, because now Kuma's got to be thinking, man, I'm the last team to play a home game here. So, but the home team is 3-0 today. 13-7-0-0. 13 wins, 7 losses, no ties, no overtime losses. The Mexico City Jaguars, the Central Division champions, the number 2 seed of the Western Conference. They are getting ready to host the number 3 seed, former divisional rivals, but forever just rivals, the Los Angeles Blades. 13 wins, 6 losses, 1 tie, 1 overtime loss. So really evenly matched teams about to go head-to-head, but they did meet. They did meet in the regular season 1 time, and the Los Angeles Blades did win that game against Mexico City 15-5 on June 18th. So it's been a little while since these two teams have met, But here they do so yet again. And I think that game was actually in LA. I think it was on soft field. So now we'll see if being on the hard field can make a difference for the Jaguars. Let's get a look at the lineups. Alex Johnson's Los Angeles Blades. Leading the way for them today is going to be Pink Indy Jr., followed by Coblight at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's Relina, and at 5-point gainer for the Blades, it's Green Blaze Jr. So the 2014 and 15 and 04 and 10, but those weren't the years with Alex Johnson. 4-time Crash Bowl champions set to go on the road today to the home side. The Mexico City Jaguars, the Central Division champions of 2021. 48 hours leads the way for them today, followed by Solid Snake at the middleman spot. To the captain spot for Brandon Kuma's squad, that's Inquisitor and Charzo. Has 5-point gainer for the 2019 World Champions. Trying to get back to that. The winner of today's game will be on the road in the Western Conference Final to take on the Phoenix Firebirds. So that's what's at stake here. 48 hours and Pink Indy Jr. both flipped each other. We got a 5-5 game. Opening collision, 2 cars down. And well, hey folks, we won't see a shutout in this one. It's tied at 5. We got Solid Snake now for the Jaguars. And for the Blades, it's Coblight. Offense versus defense. Welcome to the show, folks. Both cars able to stay up. That sounded like some debris falling. I don't know what that was a piece of. It's blue, so I'm guessing it's Solid Snake, but I don't know what it was. And that time, up against the mesh, he's leaning up and playing that edge of the field. That's a part of the field where it's flat. 10-5, Los Angeles in the lead. Solid Snake going down off the corner of the field. Coblight was still up and now looks to put this game away. 10-5 the score. Inquisitor trying to tie this thing up for the Jaguars. And he do so. Out of play goes Coblight. So out of play he goes back to his own side. Still 10-5. LA in the lead. These two rivals going at it. Goes back to 2013 and this time he is not making that contact. He is down just barely. There's about a centimeter of space, and that is going to count as a good flip. 15-5 the final, and the Los Angeles Blades will have the win over the Mexico City Jaguars here today. Alex Johnson going back to the Western Conference Finals in the CDL, and Brandon Kuma, both of his teams eliminated today. This is the first time he hasn't made it to the conference finals in quite a long time. I have to actually think about it when it might have been the last time that happened. But congratulations does have to be given to Brandon Kuma. He won 2 Crash Bowls back-to-back. He was going for a 3rd in a row this year. So insanely difficult to do. The fact that 2 in a row is the most that has ever been won in this league. But definitely Kuma up there. One of the greatest team owners of all time in the Car Demolition League. Came far, but in the end, it was a matter of a centimeter, if even, that separated Inquisitor from actually still being alive in play there. So a tough loss for his team to take here. And you know, they say football game's a game of inches. Well, Demolition Derby with toy cars, a game of centimeters, I guess. That's the best way to put it. For the final time in 2021, the Mexico City Jaguars will enter their bag, and their season comes to an end. The LA Blades, the only team that went on the road today, able to get it done. And they do so 15-5. They are going to the Western Conference Finals. It'll be Alex Johnson versus Matt Geiser for the championship in the West. LA and Phoenix. Then in the East, it's going to be Gowanda, the league operating team, the Gowanda Outlaws, on the road against Shane Geisers, Philadelphia Demons. Oh, there you go, folks. It's all set. Conference Finals. They're going to be coming on Tuesday, August 10th. I don't think you're going to want to miss it. It should be some awesome games, man. I can tell you that. The number 1 and the 3 seed in the West, the number 1 and 2 seed in the East. And what matchups that we've had up to this point. And quite a few shutouts today, but at the end of the day, not every game can be close sometimes. And definitely the first game day, I'd say closer games there, actually. But maybe that means the conference finals are just going to be banging. So I don't think you're going to want to miss it. So subscribe, click the notification bell, get everything that you want to see here with the Car Demolition League, and follow us on Facebook at Car Demolition League. I definitely appreciate any bit of support that you can give. It's a private group, so you'll have to ask to join. I will let you join. Basically, bots got in the old page, so trying to prevent that, folks. So anyways, but thank you for watching. Much love and just appreciation on my behalf of all the support that you give. Until next time, folks, as always, Jim Holst Jr. here, creator and owner of the Car Demolition League. Thank you for watching. As always, take care of yourselves, be yourselves, and peace.
25 years is a long time. It goes by in a flash. It's a milestone, casted in silver, but shine is unmatched. People came and went, the way that people do. I've been here for every moment, lucky to see it through. This league has seen great times. There were times I've had my doubts. There's history in this league that the world knows nothing about. The first 2 seasons, I was just a kid passing the time. Along came John and Dale in 1999. The two went head-to-head in Crash Bowl 3. John Good won the game and thus began a legacy. I said in 03 that Crash Bowl 7 would be the last. I'm too old for this, I thought. I look back now and I laugh. 07 and 08 were the Army years. The Outlaws and Oilers stood tall. In 2012, Shaney proved that even a kid could win it all. Now winning the Crash Bowl isn't easy, and he can attest to that fact. But when Alex Johnson's efforts finally paid off, he won it back to back. And for the past 5 years, we've witnessed what looks like syndication, as Jim Holst Sr. and Brandon Kuma have imposed their domination. From the expansion to the nomadic era and through the Miku years, the best place for table derby has always been right here. Crash Cat, if you're listening, just know we all miss you. And we'll miss you every day until we meet again, Miku. We play table derby for you and for everyone else, for anyone who's ever had a single doubt about themselves. It might not look as grand as I intended, but we've been making our own legends since 1997. Will another chapter be written, or will a new legend arise? Our answer's at the end of the winding silver road to Crash Bowl 25.